Hey, this is Irina speaking. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate the end results of my research about using the jQuery FormBuilder library, which is open source and very well supported by the community with excellent documentation. So I started to create a form. Here I selected what's your sex, and then you can say it's required or not. And then to create your own options like male, female. I don't want to say. Um, Also, you can let users add their own option, for example, which is very nice. So let's keep it required. What I like about the editing in this form builder is that when you select and edit the field, the properties and what you can do is inline. You don't have to scroll like in the previous version, like down below to set the properties. So you can say like this. Then let's add another, for example, date field. You can drag it or just click on it, which is super good again. And let's configure the date field to be required when I submit my report. Date of application. So even we can select the value as 2019. I hope that's the format. 0621. Let's see. Okay. And then here I decided to create like from the database. We already have all the database fields. So I would like to add a street address, like a street name. Which is gonna be required, and then a postcode which is gonna be again required. Placeholder would be digits. Label, zip code, postcode. In Europe we say postcode. And then we're gonna create, let's say, your email and your password, which is gonna be a hidden field. Here. Your email. We can say that we can add, of course, validation with regular expression. Let's say 100 maximum. And the hidden input is gonna be, no, not hidden input. We actually don't want hidden input. We want date. Hidden input. I wanted to have the masked. Don't see it where it's, so I probably I didn't include it. Hidden password. Okay. So okay, that's a problem. So that's how we created easily our form, and we can click to see. So it is the form. The structure of the form is in JSON, which is not bad. We discussed we discussed a lot with Angel. That's totally not a problem, because any format could be parsed into HTML or into XML soap, whatever you can think of, comma separated values, etc., etc. So this even I must say JSON is much better because we could more easily parse it into HTML and add, for example, those are standard HTML attributes. But here at Visual Antidote we use another types of attributes. These are custom attributes. Usually their prefix is VA underscore. So we're gonna create those attributes with the values with VA name. So it's very easy to generate the proper HTML. So let me, I will close this window. And let's see what else I like about the jQuery editor. First, I like this option because you clearly see how the form will look like, and you can be very flexible. You can, for example, delete elements like this. You can delete any element. For example, data of application, delete it. You can also do create your custom controls. I can show you. So the form builder, that's the form builder. They have one class which you inherit, and here I created a custom home address where I inherit from this control class. And I can design it like even a picture. I can add even a picture. The form can look like a clickable picture with regions. This looks like rating system with stars, with 5 stars, and the initial value is set to 3.6% of the 5 stars. And that's very good when you want to write clear code, loose code, modern code. That is important if you want to have the software, and if you want to easily extend it, and if you want to change something, you change the thing itself. You don't have to change 10 different pieces of code. So this is really nice. As I said, we use the latest version of jQuery. Then let me go to the documentation. We have this. I just love the documentation of the form builder. We can also we can send to the form data. For example, here on the left side, you see how we send the data and which options are selected. And for example, I cannot edit here, but see, you can provide the data and then you can load it in the web form. You see how there which is selected. Let me see, but why can't I edit this one? Okay, that's we can have many things like first we can translate it into many languages. There we can create forms on the fly without dragging and dropping, but just executing this code, JavaScript field, and look what it happens. We can add automatically different fields. You see the code, how easy it is. So the user doesn't have to click, but we can be adding this automatically. Then we can have the HTML. Okay, that's the HTML. We can of course. Okay, that's we can have, for example, like this, forms with tabs. I really like it. Like we can have one form here, and then we can create another form in a second tab. And I like also the autocomplete. So we can have this as editors. We can also have the custom elements, for example. I like the custom elements. For example, look at this. We added a new custom element, which is star rating. Look how it looks. Very nice, very smooth. You can edit it. You can say it's required, and then the value is 1. Value, I don't know what the value is. It an integer or 1 star? Anyway. So with this, I would like to, no, later, final. So we have the documentation. We have a working demo here with uh, our custom database types like street, postcode, emails, passwords, etc., etc. They could be nested unlimited. We can have multiple levels of multiple levels. The hierarchy can be quite sophisticated. Then when we are editing, we can drag and drop, or we can just click. We can select this and then click a number. We can have many options. I like it. And then on save, we can do a pop-up to display how the form will look like real. And then if you want to see if you want to see the code or to download it, you can find it at GitHub, Irina's here, and you can download it and you can branch from it, or do let me see the branches. So here you can see the jQuery branch, and all the .NET code is there with and with the documentation, which I'm gonna finish. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me over email or Skype or anything else. So I hope you liked it. Bye.